Alright, Weapons Education did a really good video on carjacking, and it's a really great subject. For me, the best prevention is really just to be aware of what's going on around you. You know, in the military they call it situational awareness, and that's something I definitely have to work on, because sometimes I sort of daydream, and you know, if you're caught looking down, you're caught just being distracted, playing around with your cell phone, or in my case, my MP3 player or whatever. You know, criminals may use that as a good opportunity to really come after me or come after you. I'm not an expert in this stuff, obviously, but I mean, it seems to me that if you're more aware, you can see people coming ahead of time. I mean, so that's just one of the things I really prefer to do. Also, when I go in and out of stores, I don't leave my GPS or anything of value just sitting out for everybody to really see. When I go to the grocery store, when I do walk out of the place, I'm looking to see if somebody's following me. You know, even as I load up my groceries or whatever, I'm looking, you know, around through the van. You know, when I get into the van, I still look behind, but look and see if there's somebody already there. You know, okay, maybe I've seen too many movies, but something to think about. You said you should actually look under your van. I don't really do that, but you know, it's considering the type of vehicle I have, that might actually be a good idea. Something I might actually use. I always lock my doors, you know, even when I'm driving. You know, there was a situation where I was just driving, I was driving away from Door Highway. It's an area known for prostitution, and this woman, she just came out of nowhere, in the middle of the road to stop me. So it was actually at a red light, and she was like, help me, or something like that. Like she was in distress, but I didn't see anybody around her. There's nobody, it's just sort of a dead area. It's really dark, really dead area. And, you know, what do you do in that situation? You know, you want to help people, but a lot of times people use that as a means to really rob you. Now, I was pretty much convinced that she was a prostitute, and my friend was critical of my decision making in that situation. I decided to not trust her at all. But he had a similar situation, and he found out the woman was a prostitute, or it must have been another woman. But I knew it was a common tactic by prostitutes to do that. I mean, it's kind of discouraging because, you know, if somebody really is in trouble, you know, it's sort of like the boy who cried wolf. But you got to protect yourself. You know, you gotta. You don't know who this person is. You don't know who this person is you're bringing into your vehicle. This person could be in trouble. This person could just be there to solicit. Or a person could try to rob you. I mean, you don't know. She could be the next monster type of serial killer. You know that movie Monster with Charlize Theron? You know, something to think about. I mean, you don't know who the hell you're letting into your vehicle. So, a lot of stuff is just common sense. I definitely keep my doors locked. You know, and he brought up some good ideas. You know, if somebody has a gun to your head and you're in your vehicle, try to crash. You know, and that's something I'm actually employing. But actually, initially, my idea was to hit the brakes really fast and see if I can get the person to be thrown forward. Because when you're pointing a gun to somebody's head, you're not likely to be in your seatbelt. And if I hit my brakes really fast, the person's going to go flying forward. And that may give me the upper hand. That way I could have the upper hand on them without worried about hurting myself in an accident or whatever. You know, probably less likely that the person will have time to pull the trigger and shoot me. You know, you can sort of see an accident coming. Well, usually. So what are some of the things you do to sort of prevent carjackings? You know, you know, if I'm at a red light and I don't like what I see, you know, I'm going through it. I'm gonna look both ways, but I'm getting out of there. Plain and simple. I'm getting the hell out of there. All right. I mean, so what do you think about these scenarios I threw out at you? Check out Weapons Education video. It's a pretty good one. There was another situation when I was at a grocery store and I was unloading my groceries, and all of a sudden this guy appeared behind me. Well, behind my van. It really spooked me. Right, so I guess instinctively my hand went to the pistol. I didn't actually draw it out, but he asked me something about, you know, did I have any change or money or something, and you know, I was like no, and yeah, he must have seen my pistol, because he sort of freaked out and he just bolted out of there like real fast, like incredibly fast, you know. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. But you know, yeah, I've been riding my bike, and I gotta say it's been pretty fun. You know, speaking of carjacking, you know, I definitely carry my pistol when I jump on my bike, and I try to be aware. You know, I don't listen to my MP3 player anymore because it's sort of, you know, it's too much of a distraction. I just like to focus on just riding and keeping my eyes open for what's going on around me. Because a lot of times you can listen to music and you just get so lost in, you know, the wonderful sounds. But, you know, in a place like Flint, and really anywhere, you want to be more aware.
Alright. Gonna have to, I'd say, pretty close to right there.
Yeah, this feels so much better now. You know, I can ride my bike without having to bend my knees too much. So much better. Big improvement. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoy your summer. I know I will. I'm gonna be riding my bike all over. Don't forget, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today.